So using AI, why not help the assistant directors as well as the production declutter this whole thing?
First of all, big of you to think that ADs will be given the creative freedom to be whatever they want to be on set.
My view of agencies traditionally is negative.
Just this persistent communication gap.
I'm not a big fan of the traditional structure.
The communication is so off.
So there's always been a lot of back and forth, what we want, what they want.
The budget itself is such a massive constraint.
Too many cooks usually spoil the broth.
Upcoming agencies ruin experiences.
एजेंसीज ना इस चीज को वन ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट लेके चलती हैं.
The quality of work starts to go down.
They're a little bit more transactional by nature.
It's so impossible to bring your vision to life.
It's not the best experience.
Give me my money back, like seriously.
Hi, my name is Karthik. I'm 25 and I'm the co-founder of Kuraflow. So my best friend that I've known for about 20 years now, he came up to me last October and he's like, hey, listen, I have an idea, and he pitched the idea for Kuraflow. So how he came up with it was, he is a software engineer and he quit his job saying, I love films, I want to make films, and went on to be an assistant director in one of the films in the South. That is where he realized that there's so many issues for an assistant director. It's a lot of manual grunt work. It's a lot of, poor working hours, a lot of, bad conditions. And you don't necessarily get to do the creative stuff that you actually set out to do, which is when he was like, I think I can solve this. He came to me with the tech idea and I loved it. I've known him for 20 years, so I said, why not? Let's do it. We hope that, we are the one-stop shop for everything pre-production, production, and post-production for films. So we are currently, focused on pre-production and scheduling, but hopefully in the next 1 or 2 years, we're able to build up the capacity for full, end-to-end. I think since we're in the AI space, one of the biggest roadblocks that we see is every week you have Google and Meta and all of these guys coming up with new solutions. You don't know whether or not what we're doing will be obsolete tomorrow, 2 years or 4 years down the line. So I would say strategically that's the most, but we always try to stay ahead of the curve.
Hi, I'm Suryansh Srivastav. I'm 24 years old and I'm a Mumbai-based filmmaker and visual artist. I think I've been into visual arts ever since I was a child. I would exhaust sketchbooks every week. As I grew older, I think it just translated into the audiovisual medium seamlessly. It was on a set in Chennai with a celebrity, and the first AD walked off. I would want someone who is open to whack ideas, who's open to adding quirk to their product messaging, and just someone who enjoys creating whack visuals as much as I do.
Hey man, I welcome your whack ideas. I'm Karthik, I'm from Kuraflow.
Hi, I'm Suryansh.
It's lovely to meet you.
Likewise.
So yeah, maybe we should get started with what Kuraflow is.
Sure.
Kuraflow is a tool, I would say, which works on Google Sheets. And the primary need for Kuraflow is to declutter the film environment. The set is always in disarray. You're always going back and forth. And just the pre-production process itself takes you anywhere between 3 to 4 months, on an organized set. And I think most productions in India use a combination of Google Sheets and Movie Magic scheduling. So we said, why not help the assistant directors as well as the production declutter this whole thing, make the whole process seamless and allow the assistant directors to do what they actually came into films for, be a creative. You drag and drop your script on your Google Sheets extension, and it automatically starts creating separate sheets for props, costumes, locations, set props, which the assistant directors have to sit and think about. So using AI, it is able to take into context what the scene is, and it's able to set up props. And of course, you can always edit it because it's on Google Sheets.
Right.
And any sort of script change, script revision that happens, you can keep putting up all the script changes you want, and the breakdown will happen in a matter of minutes, right? Which saves weeks to months on end in terms of manual labor and also, any sort of last minute issues on set. The other feature is scheduling, right? They end up using the cracked version of Movie Magic scheduling, and very honestly, it's that particular software has not been updated over 12 years. So what we do is we provide something called a smart schedule, which gives you the most efficient schedule, in a matter of minutes. And it does not matter whatever, changes there are. If your actor is suddenly ill and he's not able to make it, your shoot schedule changes in a matter of seconds, which kind of saves the hassle of having to go back to your disorganized Excel sheet and trying to figure out, okay, now who's free, who's available. We also have other smaller features such as giving you a one-line scene summary. It gives you the call sheet and so on. This is phase one. We hope to expand to, so currently we're building something also for animatics, as well as storyboarding. We think it'll be super, super helpful for even people who are trying to pitch ideas to production houses. This is where we are, and we hope to be an end-to-end software soon.
How cool is that? First of all, big of you to think that ADs will be given the creative freedom to be whatever they want to be on set. But having been in the industry, having worked as a DA for about 4 years, I think I do have a sort of concept that you would like. I call this the day the script changed again. It's about this AD, let's call them AD1. They are just wrapping up their master breakdown. They shut their laptop, they heave sigh of relief, and they just sink into their chair. It's then that another AD, let's call them AD2, runs into the frame and goes like, hey, so the script has changed. And from here, chaos ensues. We cut to a piece to camera of AD1 where she goes like, I'm fine. And we immediately cut to her smoking 2 cigarettes and screaming into the abyss. We then see AD2 try to firefight this. He calls up the stylist and goes like, so, hey, there are changes in scene number 7, 9, 11. And on the other side, on the other end of the line, we see the stylist buried in a heap of clothes and her assistant trying to hold the phone to her ear. Then we cut again to AD1, who goes like, 3 रातों से नहीं सोई हूँ, एक रात और सही. We cut back to AD2, still trying to tell the stylist what all has changed. The monologue from AD1 continues on the side. क्यों चाहिए नींद anyway? And we see her banging her head against the wall. AD2 then calls the art director. Sir, वो झूमर वाला set cancel हो गया है, अब कोट वाला चाहिए. And on the other side, the art director standing in a palatial setup, and the chandelier comes crashing down. AD2 goes, डायरेक्टर के क्रिएटिव फ्रीडम के चक्कर में 1-2 ADs तो सैक्रिफाइस हो ही सकते हैं, राइट? AD2 again calls up the stylist and says that there's been a mistake, my bad. Actually 4, 7, 8 are still intact, and the stylist unpacks her cartons again. AD1 continues to the camera and she goes, पर क्या ही बड़ी बात है? And then the final call to the art director goes, sir, कोट नहीं, fort चाहिए actually. The AD1 talk to camera as a last line, लेकिन कोई रॉकेट साइंस थोड़ी ना है मास्टर ब्रेकडाउन बनाना. And we see a small paper mache rocket being wheeled into the set. AD2, who's been firefighting, runs into the frame with his laptop and faints. That's where the product window begins that says, imagine this day but without the chaos. Last minute changes are inevitable, the chaos is not. Hence, Kuraflow. A love letter to all the ADs. We do not want you to die. Not on company time at least. Why I did choose this mockumentary sort of way is that ADs will relate to this really, really hard. We are not focusing on one particular offering of your product yet because I think it's more important to get the conversation started, to get the buzz moving ki, oh, there is a product called Kuraflow out there that will help ADs. For casting too, I have these couple of content creator ADs who do make content around sets and what happens on sets. This one goes by the Jaded Smith, who has over 30k followers, and she usually rants about what happens, and she does it with a straight face, so really fits the kind of character brief we want. And then there is this dude called Perrin. He's also an AD actor. The way I see this getting distributed is, of course, the conventional channels where you'd put it out, YouTube, LinkedIn, etc. But also meme pages, Indian set humor, film set humors, also film communities, Indian film communities, VIFA, Sinta, all of these. For the future, I feel it's a good universe to build into, where eventually you could have your USP specific mockumentaries as well. You could also flip the tone and have the other HODs, the ones not related to direction, live a day through this with and without Kuraflow, right? Maybe the next spin-off could just be a day on a set where Kuraflow has been used. So everything's going super smoothly.
Man, I absolutely love it. I think I kind of understand it because I have a couple of friends. I myself haven't been on set, but a couple of friends have been ADs and have told me exactly this. So I love it. Like, you know, I have no other words. I really think this fits Kuraflow's image very well. And this is exactly what we're trying to create.
Awesome.
Absolutely. I love his ideas. I think he represents the brand very well.